grab a blanket and snuggle up, for we are about to begin story time with the herd. Welcome to Storytime with the Herd. I'm your host, Magus. With the release of this episode, we have finished Aqua's story in the game of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep on November 23rd. There isn't much of an opening for this episode, it's actually fairly short, so I would like to say thank you to all of you for your continued support in this journey. Without my wonderful herd family, none of this would have been as successful as it is today. With your advice and feedback, I've been able to better the podcast and Twitch streams to make sure that you guys are getting the best possible quality. So thank you, and I hope to continue entertaining you on Twitch and in this podcast. With that, I'd like to give you guys a round of applause because you absolutely deserve it. Thank you guys. You're a wonderful crowd, you're a wonderful audience, and I can't wait to start the next part of this journey with you. With that being said, I, Magus, will be your magical narrator through the timeline of the Kingdom Hearts franchise. Here we end with Aqua's story.
Aqua, alongside Terra, is one of Ericus's pupils. Like Terra, Aqua also has a dream of becoming a Keyblade Master. One day, a suspicious man named Master Xehanort arrived and gave Ericus a new pupil, Ventus. Terra and Aqua started to question Ventus, but doing so ends up troubling him, and Ventus passes out. Ericus explains that this is because Ventus has lost his memories. So Aqua takes care of him as he recovers. Some time passed by as Ventus remained asleep in the care of Aqua. After Ventus wakes up, he joins alongside Aqua and Terra as they train with Master Ericus. 4 years go by, and Aqua and Terra are given the opportunity to take the Mark of Mastery exam, becoming Keyblade Masters. Aqua passes her exam, but Terra does not, due to him not being able to keep control of his inner darkness. Terra and Ventus leave the land of departure, and Aqua is the last to leave due to a conversation with the Master. Master Ericus is telling Aqua that she needs to bring Ventus back home, and needs to keep a close eye on Terra. Aqua's journey is spent trying to find her two friends, who she worries about. Visiting many worlds after Terra has visited them, she learns of horrible things that Terra has done allying himself with the villains, and fears that she is losing him to the darkness. Aqua ends up in a world known as Radiant Garden with Mickey Mouse, and it is also where she meets a girl named Kairi. Shortly after meeting Kairi, an unversed attacks, and in fright, Kairi grabs a hold of Aqua's Keyblade, thus unintentionally performing a Keyblade inheritance ceremony. After defeating the Unversed, Kairi gives Aqua a small bouquet of flowers, which turn into a Keyblade known as Destiny's Embrace, during which Aqua places a protective charm on Kairi to help aid her in the future. Later in Radiant Garden, Aqua meets up with Terra and Ventus, but the reunion is short-lived as they team up to battle a massive Unversed. They defeat it, but things take a turn for the worst. While Aqua tries to tell Ventus that he should go home now, Terra and Aqua begin to argue about Master Ericus's orders, and ends up revealing to Terra that she was sent to watch him. Hurt by this, Terra leaves and Ventus calls Aqua awful, claiming that she has taken the status of Keyblade Master too seriously, and then leaves behind Terra, while Aqua stays to contemplate. After meeting Merlin, Aqua goes to the town square in Radiant Garden and meets Vanitas, who taunts her by asking about Ventus and if it has gotten stronger. When Aqua asks what he means, Vanitas attacks, and the pair fight a vicious battle. Aqua emerges victorious, but Vanitas simply leaves, after making a comment about her being his backup plan. Aqua then resolves to defeat Vanitas to protect Ventus and Terra. Ventus then appears, asking to go with Aqua, but Aqua tells him to go home and departs. Aqua runs into Vanitas again in Neverland after helping Peter Pan and the Lost Boys find their treasure chest, which was filled with wooden swords and Ventus's wooden keyblade. Vanitas takes the wooden keyblade and snaps it in two. Greatly enraged by this, Aqua battles and defeats him again, but is exhausted by the fight and passes out. While unconscious, she reminisces about the last starry night she spent with Terra and Ventus at the Land of Departure. Soon she recovers and departs soon after. At one point, Aqua comes to Destiny Islands and meets two young boys by the names of Sora and Riku. She sees the strong bond between the two friends and advises Sora to help Riku if he ever falls into the darkness. Though she initially intends to grant Sora the power to use the Keyblade, she decides against it, upon discovering that Terra has already done it for Riku, not wishing to put the two innocent children through the ordeals that she and Terra have faced. Aqua later encounters an unconscious Mickey drifting in space and takes him to the mysterious tower, where she hears of Ericus's demise from Yin Sid and heads to the Keyblade graveyard to meet up with Terra and Ven. They are confronted by Master Xehanort and Vanitas, at which a great battle takes place. After she catches a frozen Ventus, they are confronted by Braig, and Aqua fights him. After fighting Braig, she is knocked out by Vanitas and is later woken up by Mickey. She finds Ventus above on the cliff, but then it is revealed that Ventus is under Vanitas' influence and now wields the Keyblade. Vanitas explains his plan to unlock Kingdom Hearts and reenact the Keyblade War. Aqua screams at him to shut up and give Ventus his heart back. Once she destroys the Keyblade, Aqua loses consciousness, and she ends up at Yin Sid's tower with Ventus, who has lost his heart. Aqua takes Ven's now heartless body back to the Land of Departure, where they were raised by Ericus. The Land of Departure had been consumed by the darkness after Master Ericus's death, but Aqua carries Ven into the throne room of the palace and uses Ericus's Keyblade to put the entire castle into a secret lockdown mode. She places Ven in a room where only those who already know where it is can find it and leaves, sealing the reformed castle, promising to return to wake Ven up. Once outside, she looks back at the castle, which is now transformed into Castle Oblivion. She then hears Terra's voice, asking her to put an end to me, and she departs to find him, following his voice to Radiant Garden. Once Aqua lands in Radiant Garden, she locates Terranort. Failing to bring Terra back to his senses, Aqua fights and defeats Xehanort. Subsequently, Xehanort stabs himself in the chest with his own Keyblade in an attempt to lock Terra out, as a horrified Aqua looks on. As Terranort falls through a portal in the realm of darkness, Aqua dives in after him, but quickly realizes that she will be unable to save them both. Instead, Aqua sacrifices her armor and Keyblade to save the dark being that had once been her dear friend, sending him back into the realm of light while she remains behind. Now stuck in the realm of darkness, Aqua is attacked by several giant unknown monsters, but is saved by Terra and Ventus's Keyblades. She is then reminded of the people she's connected to. With renewed trust in her friends, Aqua continues on. As she travels, she sees a large circle of light form above her, only for a powerful column of darkness to shoot out in front of her. Seemingly unshaken by this, she presses forward and encounters more of the unknown monsters. After traveling deeper into the realm of darkness, Aqua senses something stalking her and comes face to face with a large beast that attacks her. To prevent it from attacking her, she uses a fire spell, only for it to leap over her. Getting a closer look at it, Aqua determines it is not an unversed and takes a battle stance to fight it. After defeating the beast, Aqua continues walking, eventually coming out into a clearing and looking up, surprised by the fact that she recognizes the Castle of Dreams, which is surrounded by clouds of darkness.
And that's the summarization of Aqua's story in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. With that, we end Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, and we'll start Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage. I know, some of you are just like, whoa, we just finished Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Joke's on you guys, there's still another part of that story, and it's all about Aqua. Aqua is one of my favorite characters in the Kingdom Hearts series, so I know that you guys are gonna love this story, and I'm gonna love this story. But I have a little confession to make. This is my first time actually playing this game, so everything's gonna be a surprise for both me and you. It's gonna be a wonderful journey. With that, I would like to give a few shoutouts this time to my boyfriend and editor, Elemist. Thank you for making sure the listeners get the best audio quality possible, because when it comes to auditorial editing, I'm not exactly the best at it. Another to my husband for dealing with the craziness that goes along with making Storytime with the Herd. Last but certainly not least, my boyfriend and best friend TJ for helping me make sure that the stories for each character wasn't lacking in any details. Thank you to the three of you for helping me entertain the masses, and thank you, Herd family, for constantly putting up with all of my shenanigans. With that, we go into the outro of this episode. The music in this episode is copyright Square Enix, and I am able to use it due to their material usage policy. This episode is not sponsored or endorsed by Square Enix. I'd like to give a special thanks to Vrykerion. You can find him on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube at Vrykerion. That's VRYKERION on all platforms. If you liked what you heard, you can find me on Twitter at AncientMagusX, Twitch at XAncientMagusX, or you can jump into my Discord server. The invite is in the episode description. Thank you all for joining me on this journey, and be sure to stay tuned for the next installment.